Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about The Last Kids on Earth by Max Brallier. Okay, and this is my review of the book. This content contains major spoilers for the book, The Last Kids on Earth. All right, so basically, I just wanted to talk about. It was written by Max Brallier, and it was drawn by Dennis Holgate, and that's important because what is this, right? So this is a really specific thing. The Last Kids on Earth is an illustrated book. It is not a graphic novel, right? So it has images in it just like a graphic novel would, but it's really a book. So it has, I think it had like 225 pages, right? But no more than 2 or 3 pages go without a drawing in the book. All drawings in the book are black and white. So it is, black and white text on regular pages. It's about the same size as, like a trade paperback, a little bit bigger than a paperback novel, and it's hardback. And the book is it just feels really nice in your hand. It's got nice big print, so you just whip right through the pages, and it is really just a fantastic marriage of awesome writing and awesome art. And really, both of them make the other stronger. So the descriptiveness you see in the writing makes you really like the drawing more, and the drawing really just makes it pop and bring to life. Excuse me. So it's just really, really fantastic book. I really, really liked it a lot. Highly recommend it for purchase. 5 out of 5 star book. And I just want to tell you about it. So here's what happens in it, right? So it's the story of Jack Sullivan. And Jack Sullivan, you do get a little bit of it is called The Last Kids on Earth. So the title is fitting. You only see 4 kids in this whole thing. All right, so it is a zombie apocalypse, bog standard zombie apocalypse. You get it everywhere. Plus other types of monsters, which is really kind of neat. So there's other monsters thrown in the mix, but it's pretty much a bog standard zombie story, right? But and then Jack Sullivan is presented to us as an orphan, okay? So he's by himself, and he has this really cool treehouse, and the treehouse is really fortified, right? And one of the things that's really, really fascinating in this thing is that he actually goes into the issue of that he doesn't kill the zombies. He just kind of knocks them in their head to disorient them and so that he can keep moving, right? And it's really kind of fascinating because I don't think they ever really show him kill any. Actually, you know what? I think they do kill Blarg at the end. So we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. So you see Jack Sullivan, and he's this really animated young kid. And by the way, all the kids in this are essentially junior high. I would say like 8th, 9th grade. So this is specifically targeted at 8th or 9th grade kids, right? Now, the other question is, why, I'm a 45-year-old man, why am I reading YA stories? Well, one, if you think it's weird, it's not, because a lot of people are reading YA today, and one of the reasons why is YA has become a really super robust, super healthy market, and the specific reason why it's become so robust and so healthy is because people are still buying those physical books for their kids. And a lot of people want their kids to learn to read so well that if you create a good YA novel, you could sell the heck out of that, because it's a product that is being purchased by not someone who's going to use it, but someone who hopes that another person will use it, right? So I'm convinced the vast majority of YA books that are bought are never read. They're bought for birthdays, and they're bought for Christmas, and they're bought just from a hope that this kid will play one less video game and read a freaking book, so there's a really robust market in YA, which means there's money in YA, which means that you have some of the very best writers today writing YA, and you see this all over. James Patterson, Paolo Bucalachuch. Oh man, I massacred that name. I'm sorry. There's a really talented Cory Doctorow. The guy who did Shipbreaker, the author of Shipbreaker, and I'm very sorry I don't remember his name right now. All these guys went over and did YA, and some of the hottest authors today are doing YA because the market is so strong, and you can just stack up some money like pancakes making these YA books. That's another thing. Like I'm learning about products, right? And there are a lot of reasons why people buy products, and that product being used to that person is just one reason why people buy products. And so it's really quite fascinating why people buy things. But and so the other reason is I am an evangelical Christian, and I suffer from really liking the things of the world. And so a lot of times I want to escape content that has a lot of adult content in it. And so YA frequently is a lot cleaner than adult novels. And when I read it, it takes me like a few weeks to read it, and that's just one less mature content book that I'm reading, which for me, that's really important. I'm trying to, pursue holiness and purity, and I know a lot of people might think that's kind of funny, but we try, and I'm trying, and so it's just one thing that I do to get to that end goal, right? So YA is really useful in that way, in that a lot of times it's much more constrained. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why this is so important, and why I read so many YA books. So and actually I'll tell you, I read a lot of YA books, and The Last Kids on Earth is one of the best I've ever read. It's really fantastic. So it's really Walking Dead meets meets Junior High. It's really Walking Dead meets Junior High, and it's awesome. So you have Jack Sullivan. Then later you're introduced to his best buddy, which is Quint Baker is his best friend. Quint Baker is this real science dude. He's like a really cool science dude, and he doesn't really fight zombies or anything like that, but he's really good at making traps, and like he kitted out this really cool survival vehicle for the two of them out of an SUV, and things like that, and they continue to make the treehouse better and better. Well, and also, just so you're aware, Jack Sullivan just talks right to the audience, and which is really kind of cool. It's like written in first person, and so the two of them are making the treehouse better, and then they come across Dirk Savage, and Dirk Savage is a bully who bullied Quint Baker, right? But everybody's dead, and these guys are like, oh, what are we gonna do? Do we? And so Jack Sullivan specifically brings in Dirk Savage, shuts him down real quick on bullying Quint Baker anymore, and makes sure that that's taken care of, and then smooths over so that Quint Baker can be cool with this guy who used to bully him, and so it's just really, it's really quite fascinating. I was so impressed with how well this thing is crafted and how it proceeds forward. And so the three of these guys get together. They're all knocking heads and beating up zombies every day. They're also running from this creature called the Blarg, and the Blarg is literally like as big as a house, and it's this mutated creature, and it's much bigger than a zombie, and I think at the very beginning of the book, Jack Sullivan stabs it in an eye with this thing he calls the Louisville Slicer, and which is a sharpened baseball bat. It's pretty wicked, actually. And so this Blarg actually like has his scent and actually chases him throughout the book, right? So Jack Sullivan talks to Quint Baker and Dirk Savage, and he goes, "Hey, I want to rescue June Del Toro." So June Del Toro is Jack Sullivan's crush from junior high, and they're like, "Dude, she don't like you." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, but I think I saw her at the junior high when everything went down and the world went to crap, 2-3 months ago, and so I want to go there and I want to see if we can if we can rescue her." So they go to the junior high. They find she is there. She's like, "I don't want to be rescued. I'm waiting for my parents here." But Jack's also kind of like, "Hey, man, it's not, it's been a few weeks. If your parents were coming, they would have known. You might want to come with us to the treehouse because it's a lot safer." She shuts him down on all romantic gestures toward her, but also she kind of gives him hope that like she likes him as a friend, and he's still kind of like it was cute. It was a nice story, but nothing happens there. And as far as like, she really does shut him down, and there's no romantic relationship within the book. And then just depending, and the only reason I said that is depending on who you're going to give it to, right? If you're going to buy it. And hey, I highly, buy away, man. Buy kids books all the time. I think it's best to buy a kid a book and give it to them hoping they'll play one less video game. Even if that thing never gets read, it's just a reminder sitting on their desk that maybe they should, read a book rather than play another video game. I'm not against playing video games, but I'm against playing 5 video games in a day, and I think a lot of life right now is escaping screens. And that's another reason why I'm talking about this today, is I read this paper book with my own 2 eyes, as Darth Vader said to Luke Skywalker, with my own eyes, right? And so, it's a really special book. I really, really liked it a lot. It ends with the Blarg coming to the junior high, and then they realize they need to get from the junior high back to the treehouse. All 4 of them need to get there safely. It's like the middle of the night, and Quint Baker goes, "Oh my gosh, I could tell from these photos of Blarg's eyes that he's low light sensitive, like that he can't see at all in low light. So in the daytime, he's going to kill us, right? So we need to run now." And so they do. They run through all these zombies, and they have a big fight with Blarg, and Blarg comes and chases them all the way back to the treehouse, and they use all these catapults from the treehouse to, I think they kill Blarg. I can't remember if they knock him out or if they kill him, but it was really fantastic. I cannot wait to read there's 2 sequels. This is already out. I'm super hyped about reading the sequels. Max Brawlier, major up and coming YA author. Dennis Holgate, absolutely perfectly spectacular drawings that totally match the story. Highly recommend Last Kids on Earth. Take care.